the very first. Locks go out and I can't be seen. Tides that I tried to swim against broke me down upon my knees. Oh, I beg and please, singing.
Now walk it out, 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 now west side walk it out, south side walk it out, east side walk it out, north side walk it out, now 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 west side walk it out, south side walk it out, east side walk it out, north side walk it out. You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
Do it again now.
You and me, baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl. I wish that I had Jesse's girl. Where can I find a woman like that, like Jesse's girl? I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
Baby, ain't nothing but mammals, so let's do it like they do on the Discovery Channel.
I wish that I had Jesse's girl.
She never loved me in the morning. She only owed me on a Friday night. Like skinny dipping in the ocean. Won't show anyone what's on her mind. So what's in your mind, girl? Besides all this wine, girl, am I just a night girl, night girl? Gold you down when we're older, make love when we're sober. But if I know her, she loves sex, but she don't really love love. She love me until she get enough. A cigarette is all she hold on to. She loves sex, but she don't really love love love. She loves sex, but she don't really love love love. She loves sex, but she don't really love love love.
She don't love, she don't love, she don't love. Oh, she don't love, she don't love, she don't love.
Kiss me right now, don't tell me that you need me, don't show up at my house. Oh, I've been young, feelings don't hurt me. Round and round, don't kiss me, no, don't kiss me right now. On your lips, just leave it.
She would get down with somebody I know. I guess that's just how it goes when you break up in a small town. I see our friends and they put on a show like they don't want me to know, so they give me the go around. There's only so many streets, so many lights. I swear it's like I can't even leave my house. Should've known all along you gotta move on when you break up in a small town.
Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing that na 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 every day. Like my eyeballs to play, play. Shawty's like a melody in my head that I can't keep on. Got me singing that na 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 every day. Like my eyeballs to play, play.
I was thinking about her, thinking about me, thinking about us.
to star on a shining when I'm alone. And so I tell myself that I'll be strong, dreaming when they're gone.
I got food for one for the plug and one for the load. I got food for one for the bitches and one for the dough. They got these food for line popping up, ring, ring, ring. Young honey, honey, ring, ring, ring.
Cause they're calling, calling, calling me home, calling, calling, calling home. You show the lights that stop me, turn to star on you shining when I'm alone. If this night is not forever, at least we are together. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone. Anywhere, whenever, apart but still together. I know I'm not alone. I know I'm not alone.
She said, you're a player, aren't you? And I bet you got hoes. I said, you don't know me like that. I just go with the flow. She said,
Take a shower and shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You're a young man, you must be living. So take a shower and shine your shoes. You got no time to lose. You're a young man, you must be living. Go now, you are forgiven.
you're a player, aren't you?
You're a young man, you must be living.
And I bet you got hoes.
Go now, you are forgiven.
It's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday, it's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday. It's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday, it's Friday then. Feels like the crowd is saying, give me, give me, It's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday, it's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday. It's Friday then, it's Sunday, Sunday, it's Friday then.
Who has my pocket pussy?
I wanna fish by water beneath the Mexican sky. Drink some margarita bites on blue light. Listen to the mariachi play at midnight. Are you with me? Are you with me?
I got tired sitting around. I quit my job now. I'm leaving town. Oh, I was done being bossed around. I won't let money hold me down. Oh, I'm gonna sell my shit on eBay. 200 when I'm on the freeway. I wanna hear my songs on replay. Oh la la, life's too short to be worried, baby. Let's get to
sparks a wave on us. Take a shot, make a friend, just enjoy the moment. Blue sky walking on these haters. Celebrate every day like a birthday. Good things come to those that wait up. Don't wait to jump in too long. Don't sleep, you gotta stay up.
And if I'm ever gonna move on, I'm gonna need some whiskey glasses, 'cause I don't wanna see the truth. Smiling, making out on the couch right now with someone new. Yeah, I'ma need some whiskey glasses if I'm gonna make it through. I'ma be single, I'ma need a double shot of that heartbreak proof. I'ma make the crowd go.
My name Mac Miller. Who the fuck are you? Well, my crew too live, but I ain't Uncle Luke. And I ain't no hipster, girl, I can make your hipster. From Pittsburgh, smoke papers or a swisher. Welcome to the Campbell Chronicles. Look at how my mind goes. I'm dodging obstacles, I gamble like the Bellagio. You cockroach, I'm heroin, 'cause everything I thought to go. Tight to leave it clean and fucking shiny, word of mop and glow. What am I now? What am I now? What if I'm someone I don't want around? I'm falling again, I'm falling again, I'm falling, falling.
'Cause there we are again on that little town street. You almost ran the red 'cause you were looking over at me. Wind in my hair, I was there, I remember it all too well. Hey, you call me up again just to break me like a promise. So casually cruel in the name of being honest. I'm a crumbled down piece of paper lying here 'cause I remember it all.
Is it true that if you don't use it, you lose it?
Fishnets, now you only get it in your night dress. Discarded all the naughty nights for niceness. Landed in a very common crisis. Everything's in order in a black hole. Nothing seems to pity the past though. A Bloody Mary's like an ounce of Moscow. Remember when you used to be a rascal?
Smoking, no cooking, the hot pot. Fucking on your bitch, yeah, that. Cooking up dope in the crock pot. Bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too. My bitch is bad and bullshit, bad. Cooking up dope with a Uzi. My niggas are savage, ruthless. We got 30s and 100 rounds too.
Oh, take my breath and make it last forever, babe. Do it now or never, babe. Take my breath. Nobody does it better, babe. Take my breath. Wherever you are, I believe that's the heart does go on. Once more, you open the door, and you're here in my heart, my heart.
Okay, I like it, Picasso.
gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Now I ain't saying she a gold digger, but she ain't messing with no broke niggas. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head, get down. Get down, girl, gon' head. Cutie the bomb, met her at a beauty salon with a baby Louis Vuitton under her underarm. She said,
It's got the shot away. It's got the shot away.
but I'm looking for the one. Have you seen her? My psychic told me she had the ass like Serena, Trina, Gina for Lopez, 4 kids, and I gotta take all they bad ass.
I don't got no type. Nah. Bad bitches is the only thing that I like. You ain't got no life. Nah. Cups with the ice and we do this every night. Hey. I ain't check the price. I got it. I make my own money, so I spend it how I like. I'm just living life. Hey. Hey. And let my mama tell it, nigga, I ain't living right.
Calling up angels. Calling up angels. Calling up angels. Calling up angels.
15, there's still time for you. Time to buy and time to lose. 15, there's never a wish better than this. When you only got 100 years.
Tell you that friend. It's time you had the touch. Give your reasons.
When you only got 100 years to live.
What's the name? 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 Hey boy, I really wanna see if you can go downtown with a girl like me. Hey boy, I really wanna be with you just my type. Oh na 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 na.
Here's a drive in a deep left field by Castellanos.
And I'll be anything you ask and more. Going, hey, it's not a miracle we needed. I know I wouldn't let you think so. Folded, 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 folded. Folded, 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 folded.
And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. And I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Even though you're gone, you're still in my mind. Though it's been so long since you said goodbye. But every night I wish you were here. I wish you were here. Ooh, I love you when you do it like that. And when you're closer, give me the shivers. Oh baby, you wanna dance till the sunlight cracks. So when we say the party's over, then we'll bring it right back.
When the vibes are good, the rest don't matter. Till the pain could kill, the glass will shatter. Let it play, 'cause you and I remain the same.
so gravitate to the love, y'all.
Killing people, dying, children hurt and you hear them crying. Can you practice what you preach? And would you turn the other cheek? Father, 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 help us. Send some guidance from above. These people got me questioning. Where is the
And I
love?
told you to be patient, and I told you to be fine, and I told you to be balanced, and I told you to be kind. And in the morning I'll be with you, but it'll be a different time. Cause I'll be holding on to you, and I'll be holding on to
Where
you.
is the love? Where is the love?
What's wrong with the world, mama? People living like they ain't got no mama.
I'm coming up. I want the world to know. I got to let it show. I'm coming up. I want the world to know. Got to let it show. I'm coming.
You can drive all night, looking for the answers in the pouring rain. You want to find peace of mind, looking for the answers.
Cut it. Them bricks is way too high, you need to cut it. Your price is way too high, you need to cut it. Cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it, cut it.
Y'all shouldn't have let the world gas me. It's too late cause I'm here to stay and these girls know that I'm nasty. I sent her back to her boyfriend with my handprint on her ass cheek. City talking, we taking notes. Tell him all to keep making posts. Wish he could, but he can't get close. OG so proud of me that he choking up while he making toast. I'm the type that you can't control. Said I would, then I made it so.
Closing time, open all the doors and let you out into the world. Closing time, turn all of the lights on over every boy and every girl.
Fuck you, goodbye, you hurt me for the last time. It's time for me to move on, so fuck you and goodbye. I gave you love and I hate it, yeah, all the time that I wasted. Fuck you, goodbye, you hurt me for the last time.
I know who I want to take me home. I know who I want to take me home.
Fuck you, goodbye, you hurt me for the last time.
There's people that are dying.
Let's get down to business, to delete the ones. Did they send me daughters when I asked for sons?
say I want something to get me through this. Said he's on kind of life, baby, baby. I want something. I'm not listening when you say
It was honestly the best.
I love Tradecaster.
Happy Saturday, everybody. Just a friendly reminder. Over the past 12 months, how much money did you make day trading using your strategy? 551,000.
That kind of money, it's like you know what you're doing. Sean knows his stuff.
So this is exactly how I did it.
Perfect.
I want everyone to go trade. Go! Let's go! Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. It wasn't pleasant. That was during lunch hours. Now we're up $1,200! We got some action right here. $2,000, $760. If I tell you how I was able to do this, go out and make that money, make a killing. Can we start getting ourselves in the green somehow? Get it, people! A bot sell man making HUDI $1,000. Ollie with a $327 trade. Boom, guys. $989 profit. $2,600. Oh, baby! Oh, baby! Oh, baby! You guys want to see something good today? We're bringing something good to the house. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, we are back. Thursday morning, getting ready to go right now at this exact time. Traders, can I hear ya? Can we kick off this day? Everyone over in the chat room, hit me with a good old Dekmar trades. Ah, woo-hoo! We're back, baby. Team, you gotta always stay fired up, ready to rock and roll, because this might be the biggest day we've ever had in our lives. This might be the greatest, actually scratch that. This is the greatest day I've ever had in my life. Brand new day, starting with the squad, starting with the team, ready to rock and roll, backwards hat, rocking the sweater, baby. Traders, I mean, it doesn't get any better. Coming on down to Christmas. Woo! 2023 coming to the end of the year. Woo! 2024 about to start off. Woo! Traders, we got a lot to go over. We got a lot to talk about. We got to make sure every single person is all set, ready to go. And really, I want to get every single person prepared. Right now, you could already see FRGT starting to spike behind me, so I want to talk about it. But I want every single person here getting prepared and knowing exactly what to do on this market. If you guys are watching over on YouTube right now, smash that thumbs on up. It's the only thing I ask of you guys. Smash that thumbs on up if you guys are watching the stream right now. I appreciate it. And let's see what's going to be coming out here next. So, traders, what I want to start off with is I just want to get FRGT out of the way right now. FRGT is a play. Penny stock hype is here. We do have a 304% top gainer. Now, to see a 304% top gainer, that is definitely pretty awesome. That is making traders very excited at this time. So what do we have over on FRGT? FRGT, is there any sort of news? Is there any sort of action? Is there any sort of hype over on this play? Now, FRGT did have a press release right here. And the press release that you guys could see, it says FRGT is selected for Amazon Mexico business. So we can open up the full article and we could see that FRGT was selected for Amazon Mexico business. Now, what is making this play get hype? Just think about this, guys. If you are a small little penny stock, you are a stock that is on the bottom of the stock market, barely not even $1 yet. And all of a sudden, we have this big name, Amazon. Amazon Mexico is selecting FRGT to use their company. Now, when we think about penny stocks, we think about little companies that have, no revenue, no employees, basically nothing going for it. But now we have credibility. Hey guys, this isn't just some sort of shed company. This isn't someone working in their basement. This is Amazon is selecting them to be able to help them grow down in Mexico. So, FRGT, guess what happens? When investors see that, they start getting excited. When investors see that, they start saying to themselves, wow, this is awesome. FRGT went from 28 cents so far to now $1.12, a 300% increase on investment. Traders, that's pretty nuts. So, what is next over on FRGT? Well, traders, we got a problem here. Is FRGT going to be able to spike up higher, or is FRGT going to be time to start reversing on down? So, if you guys take a look, there are shares available to short. Now, when I take a look over on FRGT, I can realize that I take a look over on this play and there are shares available to short. They're not that expensive. If you guys are interested, get ready for this pullback. Well, Dek, why would I do a pullback when you just read that good press release? Because the stock is currently up 300%. It's not going to go up forever. The biggest moves I've ever seen were probably 1,000 to 2,000%. But in most cases, when you start crossing over 200, 300%, there's a great chance that a pullback is going to be coming on up here. The number one issue traders make when making penny stocks, guys, trading penny stocks, is they see FRGT go from 20 cents to $1.18 and they say, hey, now I'm going to buy. Well, why are you going to buy when it's up 325%? Oh, because maybe it'll go up another 325%. It's the same exact thing in cryptocurrency. Why do so many people lose that trade crypto? Because they see monster spikes and then guess what they do? They say, oh, let me go ahead and now buy this spike. How many people that traded crypto in 2021, how many people ever got caught up in a pump and dump scam? How many people ever bought in at the tippity top, even on penny stocks? How many times have you guys ever woken up now, see a 300% spiker, feel FOMO, the fear of missing out, and then you say, I can't handle it, I need to jump in, everyone's making money except for me, you jump in, everyone sells, and it dumps on down. If you are not in before about 100% return, it's probably not worth getting in for you. So FRGT, if you guys were not awake when this press release came out at 7 in the morning, that comes out to you decided to sleep in rather than, of course, be able to wake up and try to be able to make some profit. So FRGT right here, this play is still trying to move itself on up. It's still an absolute beast, and we got to think about how high can the stock get up towards. So when I take a look over on FRGT traders, what I'm trying to look for is where is the next strong area of resistance? Like where's the next reversal area that we are going to see? And when I take a look at the chart, I'm seeing this area. Bounce play right here. Top resistance, top resistance. I would say the goal is going to be somewhere right around 150 natural resistance. You guys can see a nice bounce play. You see top resistance, top resistance, top resistance. I think 150 would be a great overall target that traders are going to be focusing on and going to be looking at. So yes, I still think there's about 30 cents left out of this play. And hopefully that happens right off the rip and right off the start. You get this spike, you start getting a little bit of a drop back on down. So FRGT right here, team. This play is still getting a nice rip. This play is still getting a nice run. Now, I'm going to be extremely honest with you guys right now. I'm going to be extremely vulnerable for you guys. I'm going to be extremely transparent. My roots of stock trading, my roots of investing are from doing what? Trading penny stocks. Now, trading penny stocks and learning how to trade penny stocks is amazing and is great. But it has led to me taking some losses on doing different strategies. What do I mean by that? Traders, one huge issue that I need to overcome, and I like to always talk about this and be vulnerable and talk about, is I have been trading penny stocks for so long, is that when I see a 350% spiker, what does my mind click to immediately? My mind clicks to Dek short it. It's a pump and dump. It's going to come crashing on down. But then what happens? What happens is I take that same type of trading idea, I keep that same exact trading mentality, and I take it over to the S&P 500. And I say, ooh, the S&P 500 just went on a very big spike. Let me go ahead and do a put contract. And I do a put contract and the SPY keeps going higher and higher and higher and higher. Because what am I so used to? I'm used to seeing, hey, if anything that goes on up is going to come crashing on down. Why does that happen? Well, guys, anything that goes on up right here, FRGT, this is all momentum based. This is not revenue based. This is not an actual good, credible company. The reason why FRGT is going crazy right now is because I'm talking about it. It's because other traders are talking about it. Other big communities are talking it. Chat rooms are talking about it, and everyone's buying FRGT. The moment that I say, hey, everyone, get ready for the sell-off, and other people say, get ready for the sell-off, and other chat rooms say, get ready for the sell-off, everyone's going to sell, and it's going to go on a massive dump. The thing is, the S&P 500 doesn't do that. The S&P 500 is not one bad hype play just off of one company that has no credibility. It's 500 credible companies that are doing well. So the thing is, being a person that always looks for shorts, I have to change my mindset when trading good credible companies or good credible ETFs like this. So that's something that I'm working on overcoming and something that I want to be better on in 2024. But as we can see right now, FRGT is still going on this absolutely huge move, absolutely huge rip, and we just got up towards a high of the day of 134. We are now up 354% at this time. Now, traders, we got to talk about the S&P 500 for a little bit, okay? We got to talk about the SPY right now because the SPY is obviously absolutely insane, absolutely wild, absolutely just, it's killing right now. So, traders, let's talk about it all, and let's head on over towards our morning newsletter. Let me bring this thing on up so that you guys are all good here. Dun, 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 dun. I'm going to grab this bad boy and bring this on down. So let's talk about this, traders. It says today, the market briefing. U.S. stock futures climbed on Thursday, boosted by a sharp decline in treasury yields after the Federal Reserve pointed to multiple rate cuts in 2024, which pushed the Dow Jones average to a record high. Dow futures added 86 points, or 0.2%. The S&P 500 futures and NASDAQ 100 futures gained 0.2 and 0.3%. The 10-year Treasury note yield dropped below 4% for the first time since August, as traders mounted bets on rate cuts for 2024. The benchmark rate was last at 3.95%. The Dow on Wednesday jumped more than 1% to reach a record high above 37,000. The Fed delivered the dovish pivot that was expected headlining into the December meeting. While we did not expect the Fed to move to an outright easing bias, we did expect it to move to a more balanced reaction function. In the event, we think it did just that. So traders, these are the key points about today. The key point is number one, the Dow Jones Industrial Average on Wednesday closed above 37,000 for the first time ever. The Federal Reserve fueled giddiness and Wall Street with its talks of rate cuts next year. The broader S&P 500, meanwhile, finished above 4,700 for the first time since January of 2022. The NASDAQ jobless claims, retail sales November, and business inventories reports are out. Power here. It says this year, at least for stock investors, the role of Santa Claus is being played by Fed Chairman Jerome Powell. His policy-setting central bank indicated that there could be their benchmark rate 3 times next year, which is closer to the dovish vibes on Wall Street many have expected from the Feds. And even though the annual rate of inflation is still above the Fed's target of 2%, Wednesday's announcement and press conference was essentially a declaration of victory over hotter price increases. Inflation has eased from its highs, and this has come without a significant increase in unemployment. That is very good news. So essentially what we have here, traders, is Powell's been trying to do everything perfectly to help investors out. So that's where we're at. The market's been going on this crazy rip and run. Here's a picture of the SPY right here, team, and you can see we are coming up to the highest the S&P 500 has ever been in history. Notice what is also so crazy. On the weekly chart, what is the best entry that you could possibly ever get? The 200-day moving average. 200-day moving average on the weekly chart just is always fantastic. You can see this is 2018. 2018, you bounced off the 200-day moving average. During the pandemic, you cracked the 200-day moving average. Anything underneath it was an amazing entry. Then, of course, we came back on down in 2022 to the 200-day moving average, and now we are all the way up to 472 at this point, coming on up to record highs. Now, obviously, ladies and gentlemen, the main question is, what is next? What is going to be happening with the S&P 500? Are we going to be getting up to record highs? Well, team, I gotta be honest, I gotta throw all biased opinion out the window, and I'm gonna say today's a day that I think you should do calls and do calls only. I am not doing one put contract at all. It is calls and calls only. So, what is my prediction here? My prediction on today is calls, calls, calls. I will not be doing any puts at all today. The momentum is too strong, and I'm not going to go against the grain. I have never seen the SPY move like this before. Just looking at the daily chart makes me laugh on the pure fact it's spiking like a penny stock would when it's worth trillions of dollars. Target today would be get as close as we can to get to that record high of 480 before the quad witching tomorrow. Yes, you heard that right. Tomorrow is quad witching, and every single quad witching we've had has led to a strong red day. So my prediction is more green today, a gap up tonight, green tomorrow morning, and then a sell-off for the quad witching. Deck. What's quad witching? What's quad witching? We'll go over it. So we will go over everything with the quad witching so that you guys are all set, ready to go. But we want to make sure that we are all prepared and aware of this market, making sure everyone is all set. Now, the S&P 500, this is what I'm talking about that kind of like makes me laugh. This is kind of what I'm talking about that's making me giggle a little bit. We could take a look over on the S&P 500. And when I take a look over on the S&P 500 traders, let's just have some fun here. That's all I could say. Let's just have some fun over on the S&P. I'm actually going to turn off these indicators here. We have about 10 minutes until the market opens on up. When we take a look over on the S&P 500 team, what can you guys realize? Well, first thing I'm going to say is I can see that we do still have a nice steady uptrend. I can see we have a nice little higher low, nice little higher low, nice little higher low, nice little higher low. I could see that if I wanted to, I could get a good idea of connecting these dots, make some sort of nice higher low trend line. That's absolutely beautiful and that's absolutely great. I can also see, a lot of times, what can you guys realize? I could see when we do get these nice, spikes, drops on down, we get a nice spike on up. We get a little spike on, drop on down, spike on up, drop on down. You can see we got our couple, nice green candles, little red candles, couple of red candles, couple of green candles, couple of red candles, couple of green candles. Here's a little bit of red candles, nice consolidation. Then we get some green candles, some red candles, some green candles. Traders, what am I trying to, refer here? What is so nuts about this? What is so crazy is that the S&P 500 is not just doing a slow and steady uptrend, is not getting a mixture of red candles and its green candles. We are essentially just going straight up. And the last 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 days they look exactly like how a penny stock would that's starting to explode. It looks like how a penny stock is before, of course, we go on some sort of absolutely explosive move, like as if we haven't gone on any sort of explosive move just yet either. You guys could see at this time, switch on over to this weekly chart. This weekly chart has just been green candles for 7 weeks in a row. The S&P 500's now gone 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. It's just going on up, up, up. I got to take a look at this. How high is the RSI right now? The RSI, it has to be over an 80. All right, let's see here. The RSI traders, this is obviously one of our go-to plays, our go-to patterns. Yeah, so this is obviously pretty up there at this moment. Let me take a screenshot of this. You guys already know how this works a lot of times, but it's so important and so crucial. The RSI, one of our go-to indicators in stock trading, stands for Relative Strength Index, tells us essentially when we should buy and when we should sell. As we all know, whenever we are above a 70, on the RSI, we are considered overbought. Anything or anytime we're above a 70, we are overbought. Anytime that we are underneath a 30, we are considered oversold. So let me ask you guys, when something's oversold and it's extremely cheap, well, you can go ahead and buy a lot of it. When something is extremely overbought, it means it's up too high. Well, then we usually see profit taking. So let's take a look through the past on the S&P 500, and let's just say, when were there times that we hit a 30 or near a 30? Well, you can scroll on down. Here is a 30, and then we start seeing this monster rip all the way on up. Here's a time that we were on a 30, and you guys can see we've had this monster climb all the way on up. Here's a time that we were near a 30, and you guys can see we have this monster climb all the way on up. Now, same exact thing when we want to reverse this. Here's a 70. When we have over a 70 on the RSI, Guess what happens? The S&P 500 got this monster fade. Guess what happens now that we have a 78 on the RSI? Most likely, ladies and gentlemen, I can't say if it's going to be today, tomorrow, next week, or the start of 2024. The pattern should turn. We can't just stay at an 80. We can't just live in overbought regions. We can't just say, oh yeah, hey, we have a 90 on the RSI. We're extremely overbought right now. We are extremely overbought at this moment. So the S&P 500 at this time, what's the target? Right now, the target is the old record high. What's happening? Momentum. Where's this momentum coming from? Jerome Powell, no more rate cuts. Rate cuts are done. People are again spiking this thing on up to the moon at this moment. So we got to ask ourselves how much more is left in the tank. Now, with everything that I'm stating right now, team, it does sound like, ooh, maybe I should get some puts. I don't think it's the right time. Yesterday, I took a loss. If you guys are here, yesterday, I took a loss trying to go against momentum. And remember, what's the one thing that I'm personally working on, trying to snap myself out of? The S&P 500 is a $1 trillion ETF. It's not just going to turn like a penny stock will. Right? FRGT is a little basement company out of Mexico that is, it's probably not going to be doing too much, and it's once momentum fades, it's going to die. The S&P 500, it's more about strong momentum here. I don't think it's a good idea to do any sort of put contracts as of now. I think today is a day to still stay on the long side. Will we see red candles during the day? Sure. Do we get pullbacks during the day? Sure. But I do still think that it is still green. We're still climbing. We're still moving. We're still going on up. So let's see what we have at this moment. And let's see, of course, what is going to be that next move, next rip, next run here. So S&P 500, 926 at this time. Let's go ahead and let's just take a chat vote and let's see what everyone is thinking at this time. So going over to tradecaster.com, taking a look and saying, what will the SPY do today? Do you guys think, hey, Dek, 78 on the RSI, we're going to have a pullback? Or Dek, we have so much strong momentum, we're so close to the record highs, we are going to keep moving on up. So, do you guys think that today we are going to be going up? Or do you guys think that today we are finally going to see a drop? We're finally going to see a pullback. So, if you guys are on YouTube, everyone type out either spike or up or green. Or if you think it's going to go down, if you guys are on YouTube, spike dump, crash, red. Type out right now what you guys think is going to happen. Everyone over on Tradecaster, you guys can go ahead and vote right now. So everyone, voting is now open. You guys can look right above the live stream or click the little poll button in the chat room and let's see what everyone is thinking. Is this market going to go on up or is this market going to come all the way back on down? So staying alert here, traders, doing everything that we need to do at this moment. Everyone cast your vote if you guys haven't yet. And let's get this going. You guys know it in the matter of 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop the poll. 84% think that it is going to keep going on up. So guys, 84% of the chat room, 84% of the chat room believes that we are going to keep going up even higher and higher and higher and higher. Pretty nuts to think about. All right. So traders, let's get ready to rock and roll. Traders, I am going to, let me bring this on over real quick. Let me grab this, get everything all set. It's 9:28 in the market, and we're going to be all ready to rock here. Let me grab this. Traders, all right, little heads on up. I want to say this now before, basically it gets out of hand in some way, okay? I took a loss yesterday, so my first trade today is going to be a paper trade. My first trade today will be a paper trade today. Dek, why will you do a paper trade today? I just want to get my confidence. I want to get my confidence. I want to know that I'm in the right direction. I want to be doing things right. Sometimes when I take a loss, I like to make sure that I'm not going to get emotional and all of a sudden turn into a losing streak. If I take a loss, sometimes I like to say, okay, let me get my confidence back and then go ahead and then say to myself, all right, now I'm good. Let me go back to my real money. So I do have this open right here. You guys will obviously be able to tell a massive difference. Here is a paper trading account. You could see it's in bright yellow. And then we also have our real money trading account. So Want to make sure that you guys realize this. I want to make sure that you guys see this before anyone says, Dek, why is it in yellow? Dek, are you paper trading? Are you lying to everybody? Before, again, that gets, out of hand, I'm just going to tell everyone right now, I literally even named it paper trading account, put everything in bright yellow so you know that this is fake money. Why would I do this? Because I want to make sure that I am all set, ready to go before I jump in on real money trading. It's a strategy I like to do to be able to get myself back with confidence and make sure that we're all good to go. All right, guys? So, want to make sure that we're all set, ready to rock. It's like the same exact thing, guys, when I used to be single. If I got rejected by a really pretty girl, I would go ask a girl if she wanted to go on a date that was really ugly. She would say yes. I'd get my confidence back. I would say no, I'm good, thank you, and then go ask another pretty girl for a date. Okay? So again, same exact lines, same exact guidelines, you know what I mean? Sometimes you just got to be able to raise your confidence on up. Right now, we're just asking an ugly girl out on a date. Let's get ready to go. I'm just kidding, guys. I'm just kidding, ladies. Ugly people have feelings too, okay? But I will let you guys know that none of you guys are in that category, okay? But I stand with the uglies. I do. They're out there. They're out there. They got emotions. We like to think about them every now and then. So FRGT traders. FRGT. Notice again, this one getting a little bit of a spike. See where this play is going to be heading towards next. Looking for this rip and run. FRGT getting a quick little spike right off the pop here. So FRGT traders going on the spike, and that one already got halted right off the rip. Let's put again, FRGT, putting that on the bottom level 2 right here. And then we are going to put the S&P 500 on the top level 2. S&P 500, we are live at this moment. And let's see, can this be able to hold? Now, ladies and gentlemen, our target today is going to be a pretty big target. It's going to be the record highs. The record high on the S&P 500 is going to be what here? Taking a look, SPY, go ahead and grab it. You guys can realize that the 52-week range is, not 52-week range. I want the all-time high. All-time high is 480. So the all-time high is 480. 473 is the 52-week range where we're at right now. 480 is the all-time high. So we have about $7 to spike on up today. There is potential that we could be able to see that $7 rip, that $7 run, that $7, pop, and just keep on going higher and higher and higher and higher. So I want to see, is this going to be able to continue to move itself on up? Can we be able to continue to see some ripping and running here? So look at the SPY right now, traders. This is, again, paper trading. I just want to go to December 14th. Let's go to, put ourselves slightly in the money, 473. Let's just do, 50 contracts, something I would do in real life, and then see, what we would have out of this play. How much money could I be able to make out of this play? How much money could I be able to make out of this profit? This would be about a $21,000 investment. This would definitely be something that I would do in real life. So I want to see, if I go with calls, if I go with momentum, if I go with, again, this profit, would this be something that I could be very profitable on? So it is good every now and then to go back down to the sim if you need to and be able to gain that confidence, get yourself back to where you need to do. Now, obviously, guys, because I live stream and you guys are here being part of this community and be part of these memberships, is whenever I do any sort of paper trade like this, I try to make it as blatantly obvious as possible. Paper trading account, yellow. Obviously, this is my real money account. I am not in on anything at this time. Dek, what are you thinking? I'm thinking that momentum is just going to continue on with the S&P 500 throughout today. I do think that momentum is going to keep building up on the S&P 500. If we do get a pullback, 472 is going to be a lot of strong support. I have the same day expiration. I would like to see this thing try to squeeze and spike up towards around 475 and just get myself going, saying, all right, Dexy, you're on the right side of momentum. You're on the right side of the play. You're getting yourself on the confidence back. But guess what? If I lose, then again, I wait until I get a little bit of a winning streak. Just like, let me think about this, team. Who here plays golf? Who here plays basketball? Who here has ever understand the momentum in sports? Sometimes when I'm out playing golf with my friends, I might have one very bad hole. And then guess what that leads to? If I think about it, it leads to another very bad hole. And now I have 2 bad holes. And now I'm ruining my score. And now it leads to another bad hole. On the opposite side, sometimes I have a very good hole. And now I'm feeling confident. I'm feeling great. And then I have another great hole. And I'm saying, wow, this is going to be amazing today. Then I have another great hole. The last thing you want to do is have one red candle, one red day, lead to another red day, lead to another red day. So basically what I'm trying to do here is I had a red day yesterday. I'm trying to stop that momentum. Stop that momentum from happening. Let me shift over here, make sure that I'm going to win. And then once I have one win, 2 wins, okay, I'm building my confidence, I got my momentum, then go back to real money, then start winning. If you're emotional and you're saying, I stink, I'm not going to win, I'm not going to be good, why in the world would you be trading real money at that time? If you're saying, man, I suck at this, this is not for me, why are we just clicking and just throwing away, burning our cash? Get a nice 1, 2, 3 wins in a row, then go back to real money so that you're all set, ready to rock. So I want to get 1, 2, 3 wins in a row, get myself into real money, then of course, go from there. Right? That's what it's all about, traders. So again, little tips, little secrets from pros right here, making sure that you become better. Same exact thing if we want to stick with the sport analogy. If you guys are saying, oh man, I really sucked at golf, the last thing you want to do is sign up for another tee time and spend $70 to go golf. Best thing to do is go buy a bucket of balls and go to the range and figure out what to do right, what you were doing wrong. So that's kind of what I want to do right now. I've been going against momentum. Let me go with momentum. Let me get on the right side. Let me get on the right path. Let me build my confidence and go from there. Worst thing I see traders do so much is just revenge trade. Revenge trade. Lose. Oh, Dek, I'm losing everything I do. It's always opposite. Whatever I do, it's always opposite of whatever I want it to do. That's the last thing you want to do. So take a look. Also, FRGT. Taking a look over on FRGT right here, traders. This play just got halted. So notice FRGT. You can also go ahead and try to build some momentum over on FRGT. See, if you could be able to get this play. Now, FRGT is a stock that we talked about it most likely is going to come crashing all the way back down on the day. So when I take a look over on FRGT, remember traders, trading penny stocks and trading the S&P 500 are 2 completely different strategies. I told you guys before, the most money I've ever made in my life was from doing one thing and one thing only, shorting penny stocks. Because what did I say? I said FRGT is currently up 325% today. Why is FRGT up this morning? Oh, FRGT is up this morning because it came out with a press release that stated that Amazon wants to work with FRGT in Mexico. That's why it's up. And the answer is, yeah, kinda. It's really up because I talked about it. Because another person talked about it, because a person on Twitter talked about it, because another large group chat talked about it, and everyone started buying FRGT. So guess what happens? After everyone makes a lot of FRGT money, everyone says, all right, guys, take your profits. Now I say take your profits. Someone else says take your profits. Another chat room says take your profits. And guess what happens? It dumps on down. What I'm trying to tell you guys is nearly every single penny stock goes on big spikes in pre-market and then usually gaps all the way back on down and crashes and doesn't hold up its gains. I really do think, hands down, the easiest way to become a millionaire in the stock market is just by watching the top gainers of the day, looking to short them and holding them for 1-2 days. That really is probably the best way. Let's take a look at yesterday's top gainers in the stock market for penny stocks, and let's see if any of them were able to hold their gains. So let's just take a look here. Scrolling on down, top gainers of yesterday. Okay. So we have top gainers of yesterday. CCC was actually a good one. Let's see. CCC, that play. Let's see if it holds its gains today. That was one that actually held on up. Let's see. STTK. STTK had a spike starting to crash all the way back on down right now. So you can see STTK starting to get weaker. How's AVTX right here? AVTX, I'm looking for the gap ups of yesterday. That's what I want to look for. Gap ups of yesterday, because the gap ups are usually the ones that come crashing all the way back on down. So again, these plays easily could come crashing all the way back on down. See this things get weaker. And traders, look at this. S&P 500. Dek, look at fake money. I'm in the red. I'm happy this isn't real money right now. Dek, what would be your stop loss at this moment? Guys, this is a paper trade, but I'm going to act as if it's real money. I'm going to sell this. I'm going to get out of this and say, wow, okay, guess what? Dek, you're still not on your winning streak right here. You're on red momentum. I would rather lose all my money in the world on a fake account. If someone says, Dek, you are going to have 100 wins this year and you're going to have 100 losses this year, let's make sure all of our 100 losses are on money that's not real and our 100 wins are on. Because guess what's happening right here? My game plan was momentum's been moving on up. A lot of momentum's been going up higher and higher. Let me go with momentum. No momentum's happening. But you know what? I'm doing it on fake money, so I'm not getting more emotional and digging myself in a deeper and deeper and deeper account. Now, team, we need to talk about something absolutely crucial, because I do still think the S&P 500 is going green today. It's only 9 minutes into the day. This is probably the biggest thing I want to talk to you guys about today. All right. And I got to bring this up. We got to talk about it. We talked about it a little bit at this moment, but this is absolutely huge. And we got to make sure every single person is prepared. Every single person is ready to rock and roll. So let me grab this all. All right, traders. So important, so crucial. Okay. Tomorrow might be the biggest day of the year. It really may be. And you might say, Dek, how? It's just Friday. Friday the 16th, right? Is that tomorrow? Let's just see here. Friday the 15th. So yes. So tomorrow may be the biggest day of the year. Friday the 15th. Friday the 15th is the new Friday the 13th. We are having our quadruple witching day tomorrow. Now, most people don't even know what a quadruple witching day is. And a quadruple witching day is when we are going to be seeing contracts, options, derivatives, all expiring at the same exact time. Now, if we have all of these things expiring at the same exact time, that is going to lead towards hundreds to thousands to millions of investors taking profits so that they don't just turn into nothing, that their profits just don't go poof and disappear. We have quad witching days 4 times throughout the year. And over the last 3 times throughout 2023, every single one of them has been red. That's what's so nuts. That's what's so crazy about this. So let's get a little bit of an introduction on it. Let's learn about what quadruple witching is. So we could see that introduction. Financial markets are becoming extremely popular in the present era. More people engage in trading and investment and want to learn more about the buzz. One of these big things that we need to be able to learn is about quadruple witching. At first, the term quadruple witching may seem supernatural and spooky. However, not many people know that is a coinage popular with financial markets. It is used especially in the context of the American financial landscape. Quadruple witching implies a phenomenon when stock options, index futures, option derivative contracts, and single stock futures all expire on the same exact day. So, we have stock options, stock index options, single stock futures, stock index futures, and these are all now expiring on the same day. So why is this important for us? Well, quadruple witching is marked by a furor in trading activity. During these events, there is a significant increase in trading volume due to a number of factors. As old contracts expires, new ones take forms. Traders put up several orders on the exchange. Some decide to roll over to similar contract after closing their positions. Some decide to take profits, enter into settlements. Investors are also hedging their positions and try to take advantage of markets movements and volatility. So traders, what this is all about is on quadruple witching days tomorrow, we should have a very active, very hot day. Let's just get a couple more, press releases here or understandings of it. It says, what is quadruple witching? The final day of stock options is usually the 3rd Friday of every month. The final trading day for index futures, stock index options, and stock index futures is generally the 3rd day of each quarter. As such, there are 4 dates in which stock options, stock index, stock futures, and single stocks expire on the same day. We have the 3rd Friday of March, the 3rd Friday of June, the 3rd Friday of September, and as you guys can see, the 3rd Friday of December. Coming on up here, December 15th. So, if we have everything expiring on the same exact period, what can you guys realize? A wild day. Quadruple witching spurs trading volume in stocks. So take a look at this chart. How wild is this to see? This is every single quadruple witching we've had, and notice how volume is almost at its peak. So you're telling me if you want to be trading a day, tomorrow's going to be the day that you guys want to be trading. Now, there is no guarantee that we are going to have a massive red day, but you can just see from the chart right here How significant is this? Notice that we can see that we have massive volume 2017, massive volume 2017, massive volume 2017. Remember, this only happens 4 times a year. So take a look in 2018. Quadruple witching was the most volume day, most volume day, most volume day, most volume day. 2019, most volume day, most volume day. You could see in 2020, 2021, as years go by, this is some of the craziest action we will see. So Dek, okay, this is nuts to think about. So what is going to be happening next? Well, one of the best things for us to do is try to take a look at the past. Figure out the past, and that is going to be able to tell us what is going to be happening in the future. A lot of times, what has happened in the past is what is going to happen in this present moment. So we need to kind of break this on down, and first things first, ask ourselves, where was the past? Well, we know it was the 3rd Friday in these months. What months was it? The months of March 17th, June 16th, September 15th, and coming on up December 15th. So if we want to, we could just go and scroll on back here, and let's just go to March 17th if we want to. So March 17th, and that is going to be right March 17th, I believe, right here. It is this red day. So this red day was on March 17th. So we did get a very nice drop. If you guys want to know, I've already done the research here. March 17th, we opened up at the price of $3.96 and we closed at the price of $3.90. We had a $6 drop, and also take a notice right here. Look at the volume at the bottom. That volume is insane. That volume is insane to see. Look how many orders are going through on that time, excuse me. So that is so nuts and so wild. Now let's go ahead, and next on up we have June 16th. So June 16th wasn't that big of a red day, but you can see we did have a nice drop. We had a nice feed, we had a nice red candle. We also had some very good volume. On June 16th, the market fell from 441.89 to 439.71. Then we had September 15th. And if we take a look over on September, we know September was a pretty ugly month. September 15th was this red day right here, where we actually fell all the way from 450 and we crashed all the way down towards 443. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we fell about $8 on this day, did have good volume, and that led to a huge sell-off. So we need to ask a question here. We need to figure something out. Tomorrow, the S&P 500 has its quad witching day. Tomorrow, the S&P 500 will be right next to and near record highs. Tomorrow on a Friday, is that going to be the time that we are going to explode all the way up to 480? Or if we run up to 480-ish today, could tomorrow be the perfect area to start looking for a reversal on a quad witch? So that is going to be so big, so important. I want to make sure every single person understands this. So I do just want to kind of play a couple little quick videos right here. Let's just kind of turn this on and let's see what we have.
What is quadruple witching? It's a thing that happens in the financial markets near the end of each quarter. These occur on the 3rd Fridays of March, June, September, and December. Quad witching gets a lot of attention because 4 different kinds of derivative contracts expire. First, there are the stock index futures, like the E-mini S&P 500 and NASDAQ 100. These are highly active products, trading millions of contracts per day, tracking broad swaths of the market. Next, you have stock options on individual companies like Apple, Tesla, and Microsoft. Normal expiration for these occur on the 3rd Friday of each month, which also falls on quad witching days. Third, you have options on index futures. Products like the S&P E-mini futures also have calls and puts, which expire on the same dates. Fourth, stock index options track the same big indexes. These are more institutional products sharing the same expirations. All these expirations mean that investors need to exit old positions and often roll to newer contracts. That's why volume tends to spike on quad witching days, as we can see on this chart of the S&P 500. Notice how these quarterly 3rd Fridays were among the most active sessions, even at times when the market barely moved.
All right, team. So we just want to be aware that these quad witching days are obviously going to be absolutely insane. Absolutely nuts. Tomorrow, huge day, crazy amount of volume. You want to make sure that you guys are being ready for that. Okay? S&P 500 starting to move itself on up. Once again, coming on up towards around that 10 o'clock mark. SPY traders. SPY, probably the next move is going to be right around 10 o'clock. Also, little heads on up for every single person. We are going to be having, if you guys are interested on this, we are going to be having a Tradecaster streaming meeting coming on up on Wednesday. So if you guys are interested on becoming a full-time live streamer over on Tradecaster, which means you want to wake up, you want to live stream your stock trades, you want to be able to have a community, and you want to be able to do this for a living as well with your trading, you are going to have the opportunity to. So on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern time, I'm going to jump over on YouTube and we're going to have an introduction for anyone that is interested in becoming a live streamer over on Tradecaster. Talk about how to get started, how it works, what's the pay, everything along those lines. So if you guys are interested on becoming a full-time streamer over on Tradecaster.com, being able to get here, stream your trades, have a community, all that good stuff, if that's something that tickles your fancy, guys, get ready to rock and roll, because that is going to be available for you guys starting up on Wednesday. Wednesday, 7 p.m., 6 days from now, we're going to go over all the details so that you guys are all set, ready to rock and roll. We have some brand new features coming up on Tradecaster that are going to be updated on Monday and Tuesday, and I'm really pumped up about that. So guys, Wednesday, 7 p.m., if you're saying, hey, Dek, I want to start live streaming over on Tradecaster.com, that's the time you want to be there, because we are going to go over it all and give you all the details about it. So it's going to be a lot of fun. And, if you want to be doing this for a full time, I would love to be able to work with you and have you over here over on Tradecaster. Right now, team SPY, another little drop right now. SPY, another little drop at this moment. FRGT, guys, look at FRGT. FRGT, another hold on down. FRGT most likely is going to fade all the way back on down. If I had to take a guess towards by the end of the day, probably 80 cents. I mean, FRGT is the only penny stock to trade today. Take a look, team. We have a 272% top gainer, and then we have a 39% top gainer. Then we have a 32% top gainer. Where do you think all eyes are looking? Everyone's looking over on FRGT. FRGT is up 272% here. So we have FRGT up 272%. That's where every single person is on top of. So FRGT, well, Dek, this is falling. Go ahead and look for shorts. Shorts, when you're up 300%, you obviously have so much room to fall. You have so much room to drop. You have so much weakness right here. Now, team, what else do we got to be aware of? Also, let's also take a look here. We got Bitcoin. Bitcoin getting a little bit of a pullback at this time, team, but Bitcoin has been going absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy, absolutely wild. Over the past month, Bitcoin has now gone from 36,000 all the way up to 43,000. Now, again, traders, I'll be honest, I do not care if you think that Bitcoin's stupid. I do not care if you think crypto's stupid. You know why? Because there's a lot of times that I think crypto is stupid as well, but it doesn't matter. What's the old saying? What is one man's junk is another man's treasure. If someone is willing to put in billions of dollars into something and I can invest into it, it's not stupid to me anymore. I don't want to have personal opinions towards anything of crypto or this or that. As I always stated, I remember when people bought those Bored Ape, those monkeys, and people were spending $5,000 for it. I literally remember when people were spending $5,000 for Bored Apes, and I said, wow, what a stupid idea. And then guess what happened? 6 months later, they were selling them for $500,000. Imagine making, 500 grand off a picture. So crypto, I used to not like crypto that much. I love crypto now. I think it's so sick. I think it's so cool. I've learned so much about it. But I will say, still, probably 99% of it is still a scam. There is still so much scams. Now, the big thing that everyone is getting excited for, traders, is that I want you guys to be aware of coming on up, is that most people do not become millionaires in the cryptocurrency market by trading Bitcoin. Bitcoin, unfortunately, is too expensive at this point. It's at $42,000 for one Bitcoin. Most people become millionaires or 100 millionaires at this point by finding like the next Ethereum. So last bull run that we had, Ethereum went all the way from $150 and spiked all the way up towards $5,000. If you can find the next type of Ethereum-like move, that is when you are going to be able to make tons and tons of money. So people are going to say, what is going to take on Ethereum next? Could it be Solana? Solana went all the way from, what price here? Went all the way from $2 and spiked all the way up to $250. Now it's gone from $24 and it's all the way back up to $71. So it comes on down to how risky you want to get. An all simple, either a very simple way on how this cryptocurrency market works, if anyone's confused on it, is essentially what it comes down to is you got to look at the market cap. The bigger the market cap, kind of the more safe and secure it is. That's a very kind of blunt and easy way to think about it. When we have Bitcoin at $834 billion, it's very safe. Ethereum, very safe. You can see these plays, very safe. They're going to be safer. And when I say very safe, safe for cryptocurrency. There could still be rug pulls. There still could be scams. But the thing is, you don't have to worry about that as much. So where do you worry about that? You worry about that when we start getting the market cap underneath 20 million, underneath 10 million. When there's only maybe $1 million invested into a company, well, that could just be one guy's $1 million. And all of a sudden you go ahead and put money and they just take your money. So the thing is, that's where it gets risky. But at the same time, that's also where you make millions of dollars at this point. It's hard to become a multimillionaire in the stock, or excuse me, in Bitcoin when it's already at 42,000 bucks. The way that people become multimillionaires is by going over finding, let's say, gaming stocks, and they say, all right, what is very inexpensive now that might turn into something very big coming on up? So let's say I take a look at this right here, Chain of Legends. Right now, the market cap is 218,000, which basically means like there's no one there. There's barely any investment. Right now, it is less than a penny. Now, what would happen if all of a sudden people start investing into it and it got up to 10 cents, 20 cents, $1, $10? Anyone that invested into it now would obviously make millions and millions and millions of dollars. But Dek, there are so many different cryptocurrencies out there. How in the world am I supposed to find which one's the best? So if I take a look over on these cryptocurrencies, there's so many different ones. Traders, it's the same exact thing almost with stock trading. Stock trading, there are so many different type of cryptocurrencies. I could go all the way back to page 6, page 90. How do I know which cryptocurrency is going to be the best? Ladies and gentlemen, it all comes down to the same thing. It comes down to after you get past probably the first 10 cryptocurrencies, every single person is not really investing into a lot of these plays. They're basically just trying to get that pump. They're trying to get the move. They're trying to get the run. And what it is everyone's looking for the next narrative. That's all it is. So as of now, if you type in what's the next big altcoin, and when they say altcoin, we're talking about smaller coins, kind of like what's the next low float that's going to go on a big time rip and run. Everyone right now is talking about gaming stocks. Now, gaming stocks have been extremely hot. Gaming stocks are starting to get a lot of momentum. Gaming stocks are getting a lot of attention towards them. So that is kind of getting a lot of the hype right now. Gaming plays. You can go to categories. I wish you could just like search gaming plays. But gambling. But gaming is the ones that have all the hype right now. Gaming is the one that has all the activity. So here's gaming at this time. And this is what a lot of people are like trying to invest in at this moment. Like basically going back to Illuvium. Illuvium went from $100, spiked all the way up to $1,800. A lot of people are hyping up gaming at this moment. So it's really about trying to become first in it. There's many different narratives. You got to do your research. There's gaming. Gaming. Why would gaming be big? Well, hundreds of millions of kids play games. Imagine if they could be able to make money off playing games. Well, that's the thought process right there, right? Also, what's a very big narrative? Secrecy, privacy. Some people think that the crypto world's getting away from the privacy and we have to go back to privacy coins. So same exact thing. You go to categories, you start looking through privacy and you start looking for cryptocurrencies that are kind of your happy medium. Not too big of a market cap, but also not too little of a market cap. Still has a lot of room to be able to expand on the next bull rally. What else could there be? Artificial intelligence, AI. A lot of people absolutely love AI. I think the big one, what is it, like Bittensburg right now? Or what's that one I'm trying to think of? B, starts with a B right here. B, I want to say like bitten. I can't find it right now. Okay, so I'll figure it out. But there is one that like went absolutely crazy that has to do with AI. AI is another very hot narrative at this time. What's a very nice big one as well, traders. We know one of my favorites, real world assets. Real world assets. That's something that I think is important for the next cryptocurrency run. Where I'm saying that I think if crypto is going to get big, we actually have to see people actually apply it to things in the real world. Also, the CEO of BlackRock says that he wants to be able to have real world assets basically be the main cryptocurrency, trend. So that's been something that I've been watching a lot. So there's a lot of things that you have to kind of figure out with the crypto world. There is a big learning curve, but really just like our 5-minute little boot camp here is like the top 10, top 20 are good long-term investments that people definitely like. After you start kind of getting past the first page and we start getting to smaller, market caps, a lot of people are kind of going to the narrative to kind of see which one's going to pump. Basically, the goal is get to the narrative before it becomes the narrative. Get there before everyone else. So that's a lot of the goals. People usually don't become multimillionaires off Bitcoin at this point. What a lot of them do is they become multimillionaires by buying what is going to be the next Bitcoin, going to be the next Ethereum, going to be very helpful. So, you definitely got to do your research. There's a lot to it. But when the Bitcoin market gets hot, we know things can get crazy. Now, with that being stated, guys, with the Bitcoin market kind of getting very exciting at this time, what's the date everyone needs to be aware of? January 5th to January 10th. January 5th to January 10th is when Bitcoin is most likely, there's a 99% chance it is going to be approved for its ETF. Now, when it gets approved for its ETF, traders, that is where institutions are going to start buying Bitcoin. So if you think about this, okay, just think about this for a second. I'm going to stop talking about Bitcoin in just a moment here. But why don't people like Bitcoin? They don't like Bitcoin because it's a scam, because they say it's bogus, right? That's basically it. If you ask me, said, why do you not like Bitcoin? 99% of people who do not like Bitcoin say it's untrustworthy. It's a scam. I heard my friend uncle lost into it. I don't like it. Now, that's the public's vision on Bitcoin. What if they could change that vision? What if they could say, the SEC could come out and say, we have an ETF that's safe, that will back it on up and make sure that you guys have safe, secure money? Well, now we'll have a lot more people start investing into Bitcoin. Now we'd have Wall Street. Now we'd have Wall Street. We'd have investors. We'd have institutions. We would have all these people investing into Bitcoin. And that's the same exact thing that happened when we had gold come out. When gold first had its ETF, you could see that gold basically moved sideways for 20 years. And then once it was listed on the New York Stock Exchange, institutions started piling money into it. We started having family, friends, retail investors, hedge funds piling money into gold. And gold never again saw the same price of where it was. So gold came out with its ETF back in 2004. And as you guys can see, as the years passed and things went on and on and on, it is all the way on up highs. So people are saying it's the same exact thing that's going to happen with the Bitcoin ETF. Once the Bitcoin ETF comes on out, we will never see this Bitcoin price again. And we're just going to see it go up and up and up because now it's safe. Now it's secure. Now everyone likes it. Now everyone's happy with it. So the big day that everyone's looking forward to is the day of January 5th to January 10th is the time that we should be approved for an ETF where you can literally change Bitcoin on the stock market. And you could see that whole entire thing go on a big time spike, big time rip, and big time run. So that's what everyone kind of focuses on. They always say, oh, it's going to be the same exact thing as the gold ETF. Gold ETF, we never saw gold at the same price again. Will we ever see Bitcoin at the same price again? So we will see what we have here. Amazing job. Snookeroo already made a profit on the day. Think I'm good on the day? Woo! Love it, buddy. Love it. Always love seeing you guys always bank, crush it, make that money. Little heads on up. FRGT starting to come back on down. S&P 500 traders getting a little bit of consolidation at this moment. S&P 500, a little bit of consolidation at this time. Just basically moving sideways at this moment here. Right now, SPY. Little consolidation moving sideways. So team, let's just think about what we've talked about so far. Okay, for everyone that's here and everyone that's listening, you are getting so many gems right now. You guys are getting so much, good information. It's awesome. First things first, we've obviously been talking about the S&P 500. We've talked about how overbought it is. But with that being stated, we know how close we are to the record highs. Being at this point, we still only have about $8 away, $7 away until we're at record highs. So the S&P 500, we are overbought, but we still have $7 until we get to our record highs. We have a 73 on the RSI. Anything over a 70 is considered overbought. Now, with that being stated, we had this big rip and run from yesterday because Jerome Powell stopped interest rates. Said interest rates, they're done. We're not hiking them up anymore. Now people are getting excited about them cutting rates coming on up. Now, with them cutting rates, that is a completely different story on when that will happen. But with that being stated, traders, we know that tomorrow is a quadruple witching day. Tomorrow, quadruple witching is going to be one of the most active, one of the most volatile days that we have had in this quarter. So the S&P 500, you better be ready because the S&P 500 can go absolutely bonkers tomorrow. Okay? Now, also, we have Bitcoin with the January 5th and the January 10th. That is going to be something that is absolutely huge for us, and we want to make sure every single trader is ready to rock over on that. All right. So, man, we got just so much, big opportunities, so much big action here. And we just do not want to miss anything whatsoever. I've gone on a few different spiels already, team, about rate cuts. Again, rate cuts won't happen until we need them to happen. Rate cuts aren't going to happen until we need them to happen. They're not going to happen in March if the S&P 500 is next to record highs. Remember, tune in on this. This is a 1-minute video I made so to explain it all. What is going on with this picture? Dek, I thought when we raise rates, the market falls, and when we cut rates, the market is supposed to spike. So why right here does it say that in 2000 and 2003, we start seeing the market fall when we cut rates 13 times? 2007 and 2008, we started having these rate cuts, and then we had this monster drop. And now we are going to be having rate cuts, as of course we are in 2023, and we're about to head into 2024. Let's explain what's going on here. Jerome Powell is going to go as long as he possibly can without cutting rates. Because right now, we are sitting with inflation at 5.5%. So when are we actually going to cut rates in a harder fashion? Well, what the Federal Reserve usually does is they wait until something breaks. We are then going to stimulate the economy, make sure it doesn't break, and then pops back on up. Sometimes though, when something breaks, you can't fix it. And even when you cut rates, it can't get the economy stimulated enough to bring the market on up. And that's why this chart is so big. So when we start hearing Jerome Powell state we are going to cut rates, the only reason we're doing that is because the Federal Reserve is seeing something that maybe we as the public cannot. So did cutting rates cause the drop? No, cutting rates didn't cause the drop. Causing rates was trying to help the drop, but unfortunately the damage was already done. So is the damage already done right here? Are we already too high on up that a pullback is inevitable? So that's what cutting rates is all about, ladies and gentlemen. It's to help the market, but as of now, we don't need to cut rates. People are spending more than enough money at this moment. So still waiting, still watching over on these plays. Dek, do you have any good crypto that you already have? I wanna see if I can find this one quick video. So this is kind of where my research has taken me, okay? One of my research has taken me is that, if you guys do not know, BlackRock essentially is the most profitable, owns the most real estate in the country. The CEO of BlackRock, Larry Fink, I think BlackRock is worth $290 trillion, okay? And he was on a speech or like a presentation the other day saying that if crypto is ever going to work, it is going to be through tokenization. So is this it? Larry Fink on tokenization is the future? Let me see if this is it.
I actually believe this technology is going to be very important. Look at it. We have been part of a huge revolution in investing through ETFs. We believe that ETFs will be changing the whole way we invest. Many people still use it as a means, well, people are investing it for indexing. No, the majority of people who are putting money in in ETFs are active investors that are buying exposure. The entire bond market is being transformed as we talk right now. I believe the next generation for markets, the next generation for securities will be tokenization of securities.
A what? A what is that? A what? Yeah. What? Little Larry there. So, if we see that we have that, okay? We see that we have that, and we have BlackRock here, and we have BlackRock is currently worth at this time $118 billion. And we have the CEO of BlackRock saying that the next revolution is going to be tokenization. Well, then that is something that if I am a crypto investor, I probably want to be leaning towards something that has to do with that. So what I would do if I were you, and this is me just speaking if I were you, I would say, okay, that's a guy who has $119 billion. Let me go ahead and see what the CEO of this company is thinking. Let me go over to what has to do with tokenization. So I can go over to categories, and it's going to take me a second to scroll on down here, but let me scroll on down. Let me grab it. And what I am going to do is go to real world assets. Real world assets is what has to do with tokenization. So now when I take a look at real top world assets by tokens and market capitalization, these are now cryptocurrencies that have to do with tokenizing or tokenizing the world, right? The next kind of step as we have here. Now, if anyone's saying, Dek, I don't really even understand what tokenization is. Let me grab this right here. And make sure that you guys are all good. So let me put this on here. Hold on one second. So let's go check out this. Quick little video. I watched this the other day as well.
Blockchain technology with real-world assets. As a simple way to look at it, real-world assets are assets that exist in the world and are represented through a digital token on the blockchain. This could mean that someone's ownership of a home is represented through digital tokens, while underlying assets and transactions take place in the physical world. Some examples of other real-world assets that can be tokenized range from physical assets like artwork, stocks, cars, gold, and collectibles to intangible assets, including equities, carbon credits, patents, and bonds. The tokenization process involves converting the ownership rights of a real-world asset into blockchain tokens. This is done by utilizing distributed ledger technology to track assets and their real-world attributes, such as their performance and valuation, which are derived from sources outside the blockchain. Similar to other crypto tokens, real-world asset tokens can be programmed to include features like lockup periods and specific requirements for investors. So why are real-world assets seen as a revolutionary concept? Well, imagine this. By putting things like property or valuable items on the blockchain, we open up a whole new world of possibilities, especially for people who want to invest through DeFi. For instance, a super expensive property could be split into tiny parts, making it affordable for smaller investors to join in and invest. Another advantage lies in liquidity. Investors can buy, sell, and trade tokens instantly on the blockchain, giving them access to what normally are illiquid assets. On top of that, these tokens aren't bound by where you live, whether you're in one corner of the world or another.
So guys, let me get some things straight right here. So basically what I have going on at this moment is you're telling me that we have Larry Fink, the guy who is one of the richest people in the world, who owns the largest amount of homes in the United States, who constantly brings in billions of dollars, stated that he believes that the next big thing is going to be tokenization. Now, Tokenization could get very big in the next bull run. And when is that going to be happening? Probably after the next ETF and after the Bitcoin ETF. And with that being stated, we should probably go ahead and start looking at some top real world asset tokens. And then we basically have our narrative right here. So now obviously the big question is, well, Dek, which ones do I invest in? Which cryptocurrency do I invest in here? Well, what did I teach you in our last little 5-minute, boot camp here? What it comes on down to is our market cap. The bigger the market cap, basically the safer it's going to be for you. But also the bigger the market cap, not as much money you're probably going to make. So we could go all the way down to the bottom of the barrel if we want to, and this is where we would probably get scammed and lose all of our money. There's the things that don't even have any sort of market cap whatsoever. This is probably us just burning money and we're never going to see it again. So we don't want to get in on anything along those lines. What we want to do is kind of find a little bit of that happy medium where we know that there's some big money into it, 136 million, 78 million, you could see 63 million, things along those lines, but still has massive opportunity for upside. So what's the best place to go to be able to see, okay, what actually has upside, which plays are actually going to be able to move themselves on up, which ones are actually going to be good? Well, you can head on over to Twitter, see which ones have big following, see which ones people are talking about, see which ones people are looking at. So for instance, one of the ones that I'm looking at, is land, where essentially you could buy land through tokenization. And you could see over the past, year, this has gone on a quick little pump on up as, people have been talking about this, but I still think this has a lot and a long way to go. So Landshare is one that's only $1.44. Rio, this is another one that's been getting a lot of hype recently, starting to kind of get this little bull rally going at this moment. Why are people looking at this? This is basically buying homes and property through tokenization, has a lot of people following it as well. So you can look over on Twitter, you can look over on Reddit, you can look over on a lot of these. And yes, the thing is also, just want to give you a heads on up, if there is going to be, let's say, a real world asset type of narrative that takes on over, okay? It's not, if you buy any of these, they're going to move up. So it's like, if you buy any of these and just say, okay, I'm going to buy this one right here, Maple, moving on up. The thing is, people are going to start getting involved into it. If this is the next narrative, if this is the next big thing, if this is like the next big hype type of move, it doesn't really matter which one you buy. It's just being inside the right narrative is the answer. And I know that sounds so crazy and it sounds so stupid as an investor. Oh yeah, just buy any of them. Yes, some of them are going to be scammy. There will be. But a lot of them are going to move up as long as you're inside the right narrative. So Dek, why don't we just buy the right narrative? Well, again, if you guys take a look at categories, look how many narratives we have. We have one all the way on down to, where's the bottom narrative here? Let's go ahead. We have one all the way to 215 essentially. There's 1 to 215 narratives, and probably only 1 or 2 of them is going to spike during the next bull rally. Everything else, you're going to lose a lot of money. So that's kind of what it's like very difficult to do, right? Be able to find that perfect narrative. Which one is it? You can see sometimes just meme stocks like Dogecoin and Shiba, right? These plays, mean absolutely nothing. They're just funny pictures of dogs and stuff, and they go on sometimes big time spikes. Take a look at this. Dogecoin, $13 billion are invested in a Dogecoin. Pretty nuts to think about, right, guys? So I know we're kind of, talking about a little bit about crypto right now. But I hope, again, maybe I'm sparking some interest a little bit. Maybe I'm getting some of you guys excited. Maybe I'm getting you guys saying, oh, I don't know, Dek. I kind of like this a little bit. Maybe, is this going to be the next big thing? Am I going to be a crypto millionaire? Honey, put the house up for mortgage. Yeah, take out the mortgage on the house. We're going to put it into tokenization. What does that mean? It means we are going to now be able to buy properties through cryptocurrencies that we make up, and we are now going to be able to tokenize between the asset world, the physical world, and the cryptocurrency world. Honey, don't ask questions. Go to the bank, get $500,000 mortgage from the house. I'm going to make us 100 billionaires. Traders, that's where we're at this moment. Okay? That's what we're seeing. But those, I'm just going to throw it out there again. Crypto is going to be always risky. always, 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 always risky. Please understand, it is 100 times more risky than trading the stock market. Okay? 100 times more risky than trading the stock market. CPTN still watching FRGT, FOXO. Absolutely beautiful, guys. Everyone doing such a great job, and the S&P 500 kind of moving a little bit, a little bit sluggish today. A little bit sluggish, a little bit slow. Giovanni, would be cool if there was a real-world asset category. There is. That's what I clicked. So I'll just post a link for you if you need it. But yeah, just go there, go to categories, scroll on down, and then it was here it is, number 38 right now. So there you go. Man, how do you short crypto again? I am not sure of the process of shorting crypto. I don't want to lie to you. I don't want to lie to you in any sort of way. I am not 100% sure on the process of shorting crypto. I will show you guys something pretty crazy though. I want to show you guys. Hold on one second. This is what I think I want to do. So the thing is, team, this is how also, because I know people, I always wanted to know these questions. So this is a question I want to know. I wanted to know, how do people honestly make millions of dollars in cryptocurrency? Has anyone actually thought about that? Okay, how do I turn $200 into millions of dollars? Like, why do I hear that so often? Why do I hear that, someone's turning $5,000 into $50 million? Because you can't do that in the stock market, can you? No, you can't turn $5,000 into $50 million. So to be honest, how are people doing that in the crypto world? And there is one thing that is majorly different. Now, the one thing is, these crypto brokers are willing to give you insane leverage. So for most cases, when I trade on E-Trade, when I trade on Lightspeed, when I trade on whatever broker, I usually get 2x buying power. If I invest $50,000, I can sometimes trade, depending on what my account is, $100,000 in buying power, or I could be able to trade up towards $200,000 in buying power. Now, the crazy thing is, when you guys use a cryptocurrency exchange, they allow you to go all the way up to, are you guys ready for this? 200 times buying power. Team, so if I go ahead and I have $1,000 invested, I can now trade up to $200,000 of investing into cryptocurrencies. Isn't that insane? So where's the pro here? Where's the con here? With me investing $500,000, I'm able to get up towards almost $1 million that I can invest in. So what's the big, how is this even possible? So that's how people are making so much money? Correct. But you must realize something. If you are doing a 200x leverage, what's the issue here? The issue here is you have $5,000 in your account, okay? You have $5,000 in your account. When you guys have 200x leverage, that is basically going to mean, obviously, every single time the stock moves up, probably about a penny, right? Just like when I do a normal trade, when I have 1,000 shares, if it moves up a penny, I win $10. As it goes down, I lose $10. If a stock moves up $1, I win $1,000. If a stock moves down $1, I lose $1,000. Right? Now imagine if I had a 200x and I'm doing $1 million into a cryptocurrency. Well, that could mean, guys, that every penny that moves could be either I'm winning $10,000 or I could be losing $10,000. So if I only have a $5,000 account and I do 200x leverage, if one penny goes against me, I lose my entire account, and boom, I'm done. So the thing is, while we do hear people say, oh, I've been able to turn $5,000 into $45 million, the only way that they were able to do that is they were using 100 plus leverage, and that they jumped in and it just kept going up, 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 or they jumped in and they had a little bit of wiggle room. If you jump in and you get a pullback, you're basically done. You have to jump in, get a spike, and then you have some wiggle room, and then you can go from there. Like I saw a guy over on Reddit. He again jumped in on some cryptocurrency, turned $5,000 into $3 million. There was a lot of hype, a lot of momentum. He jumped in, got away from his entry. Then yes, he got some consolidation and things along those lines, but then he was good to go. But yes, when you're trading with that big of leverage, obviously things can get very nasty very quick. So what you guys can see right here is, I'm just going to play this here and you guys will see exactly what I mean. So this is like an exchange that you guys can trade cryptocurrency on.
There are two buttons that are going to determine whether or not you lose all your money or not, okay? And this is the one button that you need to make sure you click. If you go onto futures trading, click. If you don't, and you click cross, let's say, for example, you put $10,000 in your account and you're only trading with $100, because you're using leverage, what it will do is it will take money from your other account, okay? And it will make sure that the entire balance gets drained if your balance decides to go below a certain amount. So if the price drops down and it keeps dropping, your entire money is gone, guys. Like, all the money you have in your futures account is gone. So keep it on isolated, because that means only on that trade, the money in that trade is going to go. So if I put $20 in that trade and it's isolated, I can only ever lose $20. But if it's cross margin and I've got $100 in my account, I could lose everything in my account. So make sure that is there. Of course, you can see leverage. You can go up to 100x, 200x on some tokens. You can see what the maximum leverage size is. You can see that you're only allowed to take around a $2 million position. If you do make a new account on Mexi, what they'll probably make you allowed to do is they'll probably make sure that you're only allowed to take, like, you know, probably like 100x or even 20x, because your account just isn't aged and they don't want, you know, people to keep making new accounts and losing the money. So what you want to make sure you do, guys, is, of course, like I said, you know, experiment with this stuff, experiment with low amounts. So I would say, I don't know why it's giving me $10. I think maybe, I don't even know how this works, so I shouldn't have any money in here. But you can see with 20x leverage, it's taking my $20, and you can see basically what here I'm doing is I'm allocating my portfolio. I can put all of my money in, or I can just put a certain amount in. I can change leverage, yada yada yada. And that's how you do it. Of course, you can open a long, which means I think price is going to go up, or you can open a short. What some people might do, they might think, okay, price recently went really high. I'm going to, you know, mark this as a support area, and I think price is going to go down. Remember, guys, there are different time frames that you can trade on. The longer the time frame that you trade on.
So, I mean, is that kind of crazy? It's like, you can just literally just make up, you know, you can just pick whatever you want.
Leverage.
You can just pick whatever you want on your leverage. It's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna, you know, do 21 times my account today. 21 times my account, or I'm gonna do 200 times my account. So this is a live trading exchange that you can, and you can see there's an open short position. So if you wanted to, and say, hey, Dek, after the next bull run. So if you wanted to right here, team, and you could think you could be the next Michael Burry, you could say to yourself, hey, I think crypto's a scam. I think crypto's gonna come crashing all the way back on down. Dek, I have $10,000. I am going to go ahead. I'm going to do an open short position with a 100x. We are going to be getting a $2 million that I'm shorting again this play, or $200,000. And we are going to see if this thing can crash all the way back on down. I mean, you can do it. That's like, just think about it. On E-Trade or Lightspeed or wherever, you get 2x, 3x, 4x. We're just moving this meter right here, moving this meter around like it's, you know, fun money. We're just moving. Yeah, he's like, oh, the most you can take out in a day is $2 million. That's pretty nuts to think about, traders. That thing is absolutely insane. You just move this meter around and pick whatever the heck you want on how much money you can do. This is how people make millions, but also lose everything.
Like 100x or even 20x, because your account just isn't aged and they don't want, you know, people to keep making you.
Kind of nuts. So, I mean, that's so crazy to be thinking about. Biggs, why don't you short the SPY? Learn my lesson. Okay. You can't short the SPY right now. If anything, you know, it's definitely coming up though. It's definitely coming on up here, the SPY. A SPY trying to short this thing was what? 480 coming on up. And traders, as I already talked about from earlier, you know, that's probably my, I don't even know like the word of it. I guess it would be like what I need to work on. It's what I need to become better on. And the thing is, do you think I like sitting here in front of you and saying things I need to work on? No, not at all. But the whole point of you guys being here is not just to follow alerts and try to make money, because you won't be successful that way. Is I try to give you literally the truest real world follow, see what Sean is doing, see what he does right, see what he does wrong, have him talk to us about what's on his mind, basically, I'm like some weird creature social science experiment in the stock market, and I'm trying to show you exactly what I'm doing. So the thing is, what do I need to work on at this moment? And hopefully you guys can be able to say to yourself, all right, great, Deck's working on that, now I don't need to. Which is what? Which is, I've been trading penny stocks for so long that 99% of what spikes in the penny stock market comes crashing on down. Deck, every single day when you had your biggest year ever of 552,000, you woke up, you did shorts on the top gainer. You woke up, you shorted the top gainer. You woke up, you shorted the top gainer. Now again, taking a look over on the S&P 500, you see a big time spike. You say, okay, let's go ahead and do a short. It's not a small, crappy little penny stock. This is the top 500 companies in the United States. Sometimes I look for reversals before reversals are ready to go. Sometimes I look for reversals before a reversal is going to be there. And it's just because I'm so used to still trading penny stocks and just shorting every time we see a spike. But the S&P 500 holds up much better. The S&P 500 is not a basement company. It's a $1 trillion ETF. So it's 10 times different. So that's, something I just always have to keep reminding myself of. Keep reminding myself of to become better. So traders, who here is going to get $5,000, throw it on 200x real world tokenization assets? Then you're going to make $25 billion. You're going to send me $1 billion as a thank you. And then you and I, we're going to go and have a great night in Tijuana. Anyone down with that? Anyone down for that? You take out $5,000, 200 exit, throw it on real world assets, win $1 billion, $10 billion. You throw me $1 billion as a thank you, and then you and I hit Tijuana for a night. That's gonna be one heck of a night. It's gonna be one heck of a night. Spy still trying to hold on up here. Still seeing this very nice climb. Beautiful rip. Beautiful FRGT. FRGT trying. TPIC. VIEW. UK. A little bit of weakness right here. Yep, guys, next Wednesday. Next Wednesday is when we're going to be talking about... Next Wednesday is when we are going to be talking about the live streaming over on Tradecaster. If that's something that you guys are interested in and looking forward to, I cannot wait. No, I've never been to Tijuana in my life. Never been there. I've been to Cancun one time. One time when I was like 10. Not 10, like 16. But that's the farthest south I've been. Just want to make sure we are not missing anything whatsoever, traders. Also, little heads on up for you guys, which I'm very excited about. We actually have, just because we have so many people again asking about it, which I want them as well. I did reach out to a company, and we actually are getting some custom hats mated with embroidered patches on them, all that good stuff. So basically, what I have here is taking it kind of from these two hats here. So these two hats, and we're basically going to be having Tradecaster hats, Dekmar Trades hat. I want to reach out to Kush, AK-47, Active, and basically have like their logos on it as well. So the thing is, these are probably like the little trucker hats. That's kind of what I like to rock. And we're going to have basically custom, Tradecaster hats and things along those lines if you guys are interested on them. We're going to be having these available. The thing is, I've ordered hats before, and some of them are just like such bad, low quality. I absolutely hate it. And it's like printed on. I feel like I feel like it's like elementary. Like, I just don't like it. So I've been able to find like a supplier that just, has much better high quality stuff that, it's good and we can get sewn and embroidered and patched on and all that awesome stuff. And, we'll be able to send them on out to you guys, which is going to be absolutely great, guys. So fired up. All the hats, obviously, super cheap, super affordable for you guys. Each one is going to be $999. So it's going to be extremely, and you might say that's a little expensive. They're collectible, okay? That's what I want you guys to understand right now. So if someone says, oh, why'd you spend $900 for a hat? It's a collectible. We're only probably getting about 50 of these. And if you guys do have them, they're like NFTs. They go up in value. You guys can trade them. You can swap them on out. You can do everything along those lines. So make sure you guys understand it. So it's going to be good. Tokenize the hats, baby. This is a big crypto stream today, huh? Big crypto stream today. Dek, do you actually ever think NFTs are going to come back? Yeah, what do you guys think? Do you guys think NFTs will ever make a comeback? I feel like it got such a bad rap. It got such a bad rap. It's going to be so hard for it to come back. Remember, I told you guys the actual real reason on NFTs. I told you guys, what it was like, what it was actually about, right? When you actually think about it, it is cool. And you might say, Dek, no, it's not. Listen, okay? Quick little 2-minute what it's supposed to be. Think about it like this, okay? What is the whole point of an NFT? Because it seems like all NFTs were a scam. Am I wrong with this? Probably the biggest scam in 2021 was NFTs, but they're not supposed to be. NFTs actually have an amazing idea behind them. Now, before you're like, no, they don't. They do. Let's break it down into an analogy that everyone can understand. Think about a country club. In a country club, you have an extremely nice golf course. Golfers love playing at country clubs. At a country club, you have a restaurant. You're surrounded by people who also paid the fee for that country club. You have different family events. You might have a pool. You might even have an entire community that lives within this country club. And you know that when you go there, you're going to be able to make friends. You're hanging out with the same people that also bought a membership. So if it's a very expensive a country club, it's very high net worth individuals. You're able to do business. You're able to network. You're able to play golf. You're able to do this, that, lift, whatever you want. Right? It's basically a place that you can go relax and be able to have a good time. Now, country clubs have been around for a very long time. We could also say, well, what about a digital type of country club? Where if I own this card, if I own this piece of the blockchain, if I own this picture, I am part of this country club. And when I go ahead and I purchase this country club and I purchase this card, that is basically part of my membership fee. Now, in this digital world where everyone likes to do different things and travel around, I could say, hey, I'm part of this. Let's just make something up. The Sluggy Snails. I'm part of the Sluggy Snails, and I spent $10,000 to be part of the Sluggy Snails. Now, what does that entail? Well, the Sluggy Snails have a boat down in Miami that anytime I want to go down to Miami, I get a boat. I could go out on it. I can have some fun. Also, the Sluggy Snails, they're going to be having a big party. They rented out a nightclub in New York City. Okay, I get access to that. It's free. It's fun. Okay, we have a business meeting. We all can meet on up. We can all hang on out, exchange, and have business. Oh, we also, again, all just got New York Jets tickets. The Sluggy Snails all bought, again, Jets tickets. If you guys want one, come on in. It's free. Basically, it'd be like a worldwide digital membership where you could go to different places, you could go to different parts of the world and be able to have a place to stay, have access, have a touristy thing that you can do that's already paid for, things along those lines. But what did it turn into? It turned into, instead of actually doing that, it is, okay, now I own a country club, everyone send me all the money. Send me all the money and I'm running away with it. That's how you have to think about it. Think about an NFT as a country club, but really everyone was just making up a ton of pictures, getting all the money, and instead of actually running an appropriate country club, you were doing what? You just took all the money and ran away. But if one person did it, it probably wouldn't be that big of a deal, but it was hundreds to thousands to millions of people just basically opening up these country clubs and then just running away with all the money. So that's the issue here. That's why like NFTs unfortunately just aren't really that good at this point, just because no one actually has done it right. I would say Bored Apes is probably the closest to doing it actually right. But other than that though, guys, it just like, everyone just basically opened on up and ran away with all the money. And it's when it has such a bad rap now, right? When it has such a big thing here, that's why people don't like it. What do we have here?
This party for
We had let's see. And this is an event that the Bored Apes had.
NFT Bros at Ape Fest ended with 15 people potentially going blind permanently. Yuga Labs, the company behind the Bored Ape NFT, held a party in Hong Kong for crypto bros and gals. It wasn't the $300 Ape Fest ticket price that blinded these partygoers, rather the lights. The stage where the DJs were playing used UV lights. Staring at UV light in situations like this can cause eye damage, known as welder's blindness, and it has the potential to be permanent. More than a dozen NFT bros landed in the emergency room after the Ape Fest show. Some people, like Mr. Basie, reported feeling better after a while, but you can't imagine how scary temporary blindness must be. Yuga Labs, who founded Bored Ape NFTs, said in a statement that they're in touch with the people impacted and working to find the cause. But can you trust a group's blockchain technology when they allegedly can't get stage lights right? Subscribe and like.
This is what I'm talking about on why NFTs don't work. This is what I'm talking about on why NFTs don't work. How are you messing up so badly? How are you messing up this bad? You have one job. Hey, imagine this, guys. You're in the Bored Ape meeting, okay? You're at the board of directors. You sit down. The CEO goes, all right, guys, NFTs aren't looking too good. We need a big show. We need a big show. Someone, come on, we need some good ideas here. Okay, how about we have an event? Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's get everyone to get Hong Kong. Okay, Hong Kong, I like it. Okay, let's have a DJ. Yeah, have people dancing and, people moving. And let's get laser beams. Yeah, like those, and let's let them burn their corneas. And let's get the laser beams to start blinding them. So all the apes, all the NFTs people, we're just blinding all of the people that come. Guy says, you know what? We're going to give that a try. So not only, if you bought an NFT before you, there's a 99% chance that you were getting scammed. Now, again, you got to worry about permanent blindness. Pretty crazy owning an NFT at this day and age. Not worried you got to worry about losing your money, but now, again, people are going fucking blind. I would probably stay away at this point. It's so kind of crazy. Just use normal lights. Guys. Yeah, we don't need any special lights to permanently blind people. Just use normal lights. S&P 500 trying to hold up its gains. Right now, FRGT traders, FRGT, still trying to hold on up. SPY, slow little, crack on down here. FRGT, TPIC, FOXO. No sort of news right now. We did have some good press releases this morning, though. There were a couple good, solid press releases this morning that came on out, which are really awesome. And traders, as I said, like this just, I get very happy. Next Friday, I get a brand new update on this scanner. So I get another brand new beta version, which I'm really pumped about. And to be able to get everything even better. But I will say this scanner has been able to make finding the hottest press release every single day so simple and so easy. Ever since I started using this scanner, the beta version that we have here, we have not missed one press release because it literally all the answers is given to us. We have 4-star words, 3-star words, 2-star words, and anything that essentially what it comes on down to is if it has a emoji, if it has an emoji, if it has a 3-star or 4-star word, and the word's highlighted, we know right away it's worth getting into or not worth getting into. Like for instance, we have MMND. We could see smiley face, same exact thing for positive. We have this, which leads to phase, and I know right away we have positive phase results. So remember, in a lot of these hot press releases, it just comes down to quicker words, the better. So when we take a look at our hot keywords, we know it's like phase, phase 2, phase 3, 4-star words. So like what makes up a 4-star word? What makes up a 3-star word? What makes up a 2-star word? Then I obviously have my keywords that I want to be aware of. Then I write out my positive keywords and add an emoji for each one. And then I can also, again, filter everything out that I want to. And then from there, guys, basically, I just have all the answers given to me. So whenever anything with positive results comes on out, anything with a partnership comes on out, it just says, hey, here's a press release with a positive, positive results. If it's a low float stock, it's most likely going to go on a big rip and run. That's been the issue today. We don't have any low float stocks, but positive press release, partnership press release, successful press release. Here's new statistical phase data. Look how great that is. Phase data, we could see new right here, bada boom, bada bing, click it, get this full article. Like this press release has changed again, finding hot press releases right off the rip. And that's what I absolutely love. They say this is going to be coming on out probably the start of like quarter 1, quarter 2 of next year. But this has been so great. I'm very, very, very happy on the way that this has been coming along. So that is not out yet. That is not available yet. I just have it because I was able to be part of the team to be able to help design it. So that's why I got to have like that early access to it. But once that does come on out, I'm really pumped for it. Dek, you gonna pull the trigger here? Right now, the S&P 500 is fading. The S&P 500 is getting weaker. I am not doing puts today, guys. I am not doing puts. I think probably the best time is going to be quad witching tomorrow. We've gone over a lot of information today, from quad witching, from Bitcoin to crypto to NFTs to real world assets to tokenizations, towards what's happening today, towards what's happening yesterday as well. With Jerome Powell, I don't see too much at this moment here, ladies and gentlemen. STTK, a little bit of a spike. STTK, this was a stock that also came out with a nice hot press release this morning. Want to take a look over on this? We did have STTK. What did this one come on out with? STTK. Yep, you can see right here, announces positive. So you guys can see STTK announces positive top-line data from ongoing phase 1 dose. So we do have ongoing phase 1 dose positive data. So STTK, this play right here, 30 million in float. Pretty solid stock, getting a little bit more hype behind it if anyone is interested on this play. Probably what you guys would want to be doing and what you guys would want to be looking at is going to be a little bit more to see if this could get up towards like 875. So STTK, let's put this on the top level too. As of now though, the SPY isn't doing too much. As of now, the SPY isn't doing too much here. So STTK, let's watch this play, traders. AK, taking a look over on STTK. CCCC, that get up to 875, almost 875, a little bit of a drop. CCCC has been the best overall top gainer the last 3 days in a row. So I want to make sure that you guys are all set here. STTK, guys, again, I want to get a little bit of this confidence back. I'm going to lay out a paper trade over on STTK. And just, again, I want to make sure, I want to see if I want to get back into the winning flow. We know it's a huge thing. Sports trading, a lot of this, it's all about momentum. Get into a winning. Build your confidence, right? When you build your confidence, when you're confident, you see a lot more success. Traders, you ever see someone, it's like kind of crazy. It is kind of crazy. And I mean, I'll say it, firsthand on myself. When I see people constantly complaining, constantly moping around, constantly being negative, constantly talking bad about themselves, constantly saying, oh, I can't do this, I can't do this, I can't do this. They don't do it. And a lot of those people, I'll tell you right now, aren't happy. They're not successful, a lot of those people. I see a lot of people that are always putting themselves down, that are not successful, that are not happy with their job, that are not doing what they want. And I see the complete opposite of people who are talking to themselves in confidence and bringing themselves up and being able to say, I can do this. I'm looking forward to this. Let me again get into this nice momentum. Let me learn from my past, not be blaming, not say I'm unlucky. Say, no, I'm taking a lesson from it and being able to strive with that. Every single person I see that brings themselves up is always in better living conditions than someone I see that constantly brings themselves on down. So, that's what I want you guys to realize when you guys are trading. Don't sit there and say, oh man, I lost. I stink. I can't. Figure it out. Take a step back. It's okay to be upset for a second, but then take a step back and figure out what can you do better. So for me, when I lost yesterday, I'm saying, all right, I don't want to lose again. Let me basically end that and let me just do some paper trades right here until I get my flow back, until I get things ready to go. So I want to see, can I get my flow here? Can I get my mojo back here? And what would be my mojo? I am going to look to see STTK above the price of $8. I want to start looking for a short. Above the price of $8, look for a short and go from there. So I'm looking for a little bit of the mojo at this time. Dek, you still trying to grow it out? Yeah. Little heads on up, guys. I'm still trying to grow the mullet. It's going to take a little bit of time, though. I've been cutting the sides, trying to get the flow in the back, but it's not easy. My hair's so curly. I'm going to look like Danny McBride from Tropic Thunder, the guy who's just like blowing up bombs over there. But yes, I'm going for it. It's coming along. It's coming along. We're going to get there. We're going to get there. A little beaver tail in the back, you know what I'm saying? A little BB tail. Pop, 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 pop. Get that thing flappy here. It's going to look good when it's done. I'm going to have to go through an awkward phase. I'm going to go through maybe an awkward phase here or there. But trust me, ladies, it's going to look good. It's going to be kind of like if I played for the Rockies, Diamondbacks. It's going to be like, if I had one good hit country song, kind of like that, It's like I'm going to have one good hit country song, maybe play, AAA baseball for 3 years, kind of like that type of look. Craig, I guess your girl has no say in this decision. Once you ask him to marry you, you're all set. You can just do whatever you want. I'll be honest, guys. Ever since me and my fiance got engaged, I haven't even seen her. I don't. It's not. She doesn't want it. She tries to see me all the time. I sleep in a different bed. I go out on the weekends. We're already good. I locked it up. The last thing I want to do now is hang out with her. Let's see STTK. Let's see what we have here next. Wolfie, thank you, Wolfie. New England Trader, I'm only kidding. I'm only kidding, New England Trader. Right now, STTK. Let's watch this, guys. I'm going to look for a little paper trade when this one comes on up to $8 plus if we can get it. Dek, do you think we could get a little bit of a breakout? We could. Let's see here. STTK. Little bit of a breakout potentially. Guys, little heads on up. This is not real money. Not real money I'm looking to do. I'm looking to do a little paper trade here. See if this is going to be able to spike on up. Also, when you do paper trades, you'll be able to take a little bit more risk. Dek, would you do this trade in real life? I would look to, if it came back on down on the long side, I would look for a little lower shadow back down to like 620 to see if we get a little bit of a dip buy. Probably like a 620 dip buy, 620 little bounce play. Let's see, STTK. LULD's at 688 as well. LULD 688. Let's see, a little upper shadow here. I still think it's going to try. It's going to get a pullback. I think pullback and still try to get one more little pop. I'm just going to do a little paper trade on an entry I like on the long side. See if it's going to stay alive. How's CCC doing? CCC, if that one ever starts getting back up to $8, it's going to steal the show. Start getting a lot more hype and momentum back on over there. Right now, SPY still looking. SPY getting a little bit of a pop. I could see SPY moving over lunch hours. I could imagine that. STTK, still trying to get a little bit of momentum. And then CCCC here. Still watching. Deck, what platform is that on paper trading? This is just Lightspeed as well. So this is Lightspeed as well for anyone that is interested on this. Also, a little heads on up. If you guys are wanting to sign up to Lightspeed, don't sign up just yet. They are actually going to be having a deal coming on up. So they have a deal coming on up in on New Year's. So that's what it is. So New Year's is their upcoming deal. So trade like a pro 2024 and you'll be all set. So New Year's is going to be when they kind of have everything all set up, ready to go. And they do, again, allow paper trading now for anyone that's interested on it. Anyone that's interested on it, they do allow paper trading so that you guys can check that on out. Is this real-time data? Yep. So I think this is like their upcoming, guys. So New Year's, if you guys are interested on it, New Year's, you guys can start signing up to that if you guys are interested on it. STTK, want to go ahead and check this out. STTK, I want to see a little bit more movement. But yes, this is all real-time data. Just because it's paper trade, I'll show you. STTK, if I want to buy it, click buy, boom, buy, 633. You can see entry 633. So you can see it is all real-time data right here. So it is all real-time data. 2,000 shares. See if this thing can go on a big-time spike. But as always, guys, as you guys can realize at this moment, everything I do is live in front of you. And obviously, traders, I'm going to tell you if this is a paper trading account, as you guys can see. I know a lot of times, over on Twitter and such, it's basically like I made $1 bajillion today and you don't know how. That's how a lot of people are. A lot of people do this. I'll show you guys exactly how basically people on Twitter say they make $1 bajillion. You guys ready? Watch this. 40,000 shares. I'm in on 40,000 shares on STTK, guys. Let's see how much money I can make. Okay. 40,000 shares on STTK. Let's see if this play could go on some sort of crazy rip and run or spike and climb. And then all of a sudden, it's like, oh yeah, I just made again $5 grand today. Obviously, guys, it's all fake, right? That's it. Don't fall for the trap of the fakeness. Okay? Don't fall for the trap of the fakeness. So yes, if you have 40,000 shares of something, it would be absolutely nuts, absolutely crazy. But obviously that is not real. So I'm just going to delete that. Boom. Team, I think, and honestly, it's starting to get a little too slow. It's honestly starting to get a little too slow here, traders. I don't really think it's worth pulling the trigger on. FRGT starting to come back on down. That's starting to get a little bit weaker. Don't want to, again, be jumping on anything that's not going to be there. Little side note, guys, as we are starting to get kind of close to wrapping on up here, I want to say good luck to everyone that's in their fantasy football playoffs so that you guys can go ahead and have success. Unfortunately, for myself this year, guys, I have not made the fantasy football playoffs. I have not made it, and now I am competing. I am competing not to be punished. So in my friend league, we have a very, very intense league where if you come in last place, they try to literally embarrass you in every single way. So as of now, I'm doing my best not to come in last place. And it all starts tonight on fantasy football. So good luck for everyone over there. Guys, just tell me this. Tell me this, guys. I had Chubb. He basically died. I had Aaron Rodgers. He's almost dead. I had J.K. Dobbins. Second play. He's out. That guy's fragile. Top of that, I had Garrett Wilson. He couldn't do too much with Zach Wilson behind it. It's like I was happy with my team. Traded Tony Pollard for Puka Nacua, which was actually a great trade because Tony Pollard somehow stinks this year. But now I'm just battling for my life. FRGT traders. Does anyone have any sort of questions, comments, or concerns? Just want to kind of answer any questions, comments, or concerns that you guys may have. Making sure that you guys are all set, ready to go. As always, traders, if you guys are interested in watching me trade live every single day, if you guys are watching over on YouTube, make sure you guys hit the description in the bottom of this video and get on over here to tradecaster.com. Guys, so many people think that Tradecaster is just, where I live stream. It's not where I just live stream. It's where all these traders live stream, basically turning into the YouTube, the Twitch of stock trading. When you have a membership, you have access to all of these traders and you get to be able to watch, learn, study, video library, all that good stuff. So make sure you guys take advantage of a free 7-day pass and let's get started. Let's get you over here over on tradecaster.com. Hit the description below so that you guys are all set, ready to rock. All right. Master Blaster saying, question, what is the minimum starting funds on Lightspeed? You need at least $2,000 to be able to open up an account, $5,000 to use the Lightspeed Pro. So at least $2,000 to open up an account, but you have to be on the web version until at least $5,000. Calvin, how high or low do you think the SPY can go today? The SPY, I do think the SPY is going to touch at least 475 today. I think if I had to say my top high and low, I would say 470 would be the low, and I think 476 would be the high. A wealth builder, does the quad witching day in the last 10 years always a bearish day, or just this year in your experience? More times than not, it's bearish. I can't say like, yes, it's always red, but more times than not, I'm going to say it's probably 85% red on quad witching days. Mohammed, how did FRGT not experiment a significant drop-off once the market opened? Also, how do I know if the stock will continue to go on up? So, FRGT, when I take a look over on this play, FRGT, this play, it's trying to hold up its gains the best it can. FRGT, I would say the best thing, let me see right here. I'm trying to take a look back. This is what we have on FRGT. FRGT, how do we know it's not going to fall apart? Well, one thing is, when you have a hot penny stock with a press release and without a press release. FRGT has a press release. So there will be more buyers that kind of stay there longer. When you don't have any press release and everyone knows it's just a pump and dump, everyone gets out and sells these plays on off. Now, where did FRGT get the sell-off? It started getting that sell-off when it started getting a little bit of a crack of the trend line. We had a nice red line. What held it on up? The VWAP. The VWAP bounced once, the VWAP bounced twice, the VWAP bounced again. Really, where is the sell-off going to happen? The sell-off is going to happen once we crack this VWAP and start getting that dump and start getting that fade. FRGT spiked up over 300%. So obviously there's always going to be some sort of pullback. There's going to be some sort of drop. And from the price that we've opened, we have been underneath that price about 95% of the day. So FRGT, it is still a normal penny stock. It's just being a little slower because it was kind of like the only option today, where FRGT had a good press release. People are trying to keep it alive, but the matter of the fact is, it's still just a hype play. FRGT, $1 support, VWAP support, and 200-day moving average support. You have 3 super strong support lines. Some people are saying, oh, I'm buying at $1. I know $1 is a strong natural support line. Some people are saying, oh, I'm buying at the VWAP. I know VWAP is a strong natural support line. And some people say, oh, I'm buying at the 200-day moving average at 96 cents. That's a strong support line. The reason why FRGT hasn't dumped yet is because you have 3 floors at the same area, essentially. Michelle, what do you think about leaps on PayPal? I'm not really too familiar with it, to be honest, so I can't really speak too much on it. But, PayPal right here, PayPal's been dropping a good amount. Is leaps like a certain thing that they launched? Is that like a... But yeah, PayPal, unfortunately, it has not been doing too much. PayPal got a huge rip and run during the pandemic, but ever since then, hasn't really been doing much. And I'm not too familiar with PayPal as in like the stock, so I really can't. I don't want to say something that's going to make you invest your money and me not even have like that big of a deal. Ronaldo, Deck, bring back you and other traders streaming together. I like it. How about on Monday? Monday I'll start doing some streams with Kush, AK, Active Trader, yeah Buddy, Caesar. I could definitely start doing those again. No problem whatsoever. So that'd be super great, super awesome. Traders, at this time, I think I'm going to call it here. Not too much happening. Want to stay smart, save our funds for a little bit of a better, hotter time, and of course, go from there. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, it's just an absolute joy. It's an absolute blast. It's an absolute blessing to be able to be and working with you guys right now, to be able to live stream in front of you guys and be able to see this amazing community over on Tradecaster.com. We do have STTK, which is a stock I would definitely say keep your eyes peeled on. I personally am not going to be touching it at this moment. But I just want to say, as always, traders, if you need anything, absolutely anything at all, please reach out to me. Obviously, I want to help you guys. I try to do as much as I possibly can to make sure that you guys are enjoying being here, loving every moment of the stream, and of course, having everything you need from myself, from the other streamers, to the video library, so you guys can reach success in the stock market. Traders, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for everyone who has joined us on this day. I hope you guys absolutely crush it. I hope you guys are ready to rock and roll for what's coming on up, tomorrow and obviously next week. And then we're all set, ready to see what we have. Traders, great job, great work. Help me wrap it up. You guys know the drill, baby. In 3, 2, 1. Thank you so much. Smash that thumbs on up. Subscribe. I'll see you guys back here later on. Thank you, traders.
I just won't play, letting my life get away. I don't take things as they come if they bring me down. Life can be cruel if you're a dreamer. I just wanna have some fun. Don't tell me what could be done. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. You know you like it, but you're scared of the shame. What you want, what you gonna do? You know you like it, but it drives you insane. Only because you know that you wanna feel the same. You know you like it, but it drives you insane. What you want, what you gonna do? If you wanna train me like an animal, better keep your eye on my every move. There's no need to be so damn cruel. Baby, you got nothing to prove. I'm no fool, no, I'm not a follower. I don't take things as they come if they bring me down. Life can be cruel if you're a dreamer. I just wanna have some fun. Don't tell me what could be done. You know you like it, but it drives you insane.